playing a video game for a live audience. French musician OK Lou takes center stage with her Sega Mega Drive, scoring the twists and turns of this monster truck. She's just one of the many electronic artists paying tribute to video game music at the Paris leg of Diggin in the Carts festival, the brainchild of New Zealand-born and Tokyo-based journalist Nick Dwyer.
It was really a project that was born out of wanting to understand more about the men and women that made this music that played such a big part of our childhoods. Incredible, pioneering electronic music.
What started as a podcast became a touring show. Nick Dwyer and his band of artists have graced stages around the world, including London's Royal Albert Hall.
So those original sounds, it's the way that music was exactly how it was in the game 20, 30 years ago that we wanted to bring to these incredible venues around the world. You have people who are in their 30s and their 40s that grew up with that music, and you know, some of them are bringing their cartridges, some of them are bringing games consoles to be signed, and then you've got young audiences, people in their early 20s who are only discovering it for the first time.
Also on the tour, Japanese duo Yuzo Koshiro and Motohiro Kawashima, the influential composers behind Streets of Rage and Return of Shinobi, cult video games that came out in the 80s and early 90s. Both started out as classically trained musicians.
My mother was a piano teacher, so I used to play piano, violin and cello. But my mother was so strict that it almost made me want to stop composing. Around that time, I began playing video games. In the 1980s, 83 and 84, music for video games was so rich. I bought myself a computer when I was 18 years old and started by copying video game music.
I started out playing piano. I realized at a young age that composing came quite naturally to me.
Musicians from Flying Lotus to Hudson Mohawk and Dizzy Rascal have all drawn inspiration from gaming. But some critics still say video games don't qualify as art. Many of the concert-goers disagree.
It's an artistic experience that brings together graphics, music, and gameplay. It's an art that mixes lots of different forms.
It takes so many different skills to make a video game, whether that's music or graphics, so yes, I think it's an original art form.
Whether they're art or not, video games are certainly big business. The global games market is expected to hit $137 billion in revenues this year.